I came about this while reading channeled message about planetary merging, and so what I experienced, I am sure many out there have had beautiful experiences of awakenings. I wanted to share this message for those who are awakening and are in the process of learning and putting it into practice. I myself am learning as I am going about this transition and putting into practice as much as I can. This message is for those who are learning and understanding and are willing to go in depth of their knowings. But when it comes to practicing that what you know, you perhaps don't know how to begin, or how should I put the words into process in my human life. I am just suggesting you one way of so many ways, and you will in turn go ahead finding out your own on your path. During a mini meditation, I say mini because I was just sitting there reading this channel article and I closed my eyes for a few minutes and it became more than few minutes. I did so to visualize that what was written in the article. So I did not intend to meditate, but it just happened, much to my surprise as well. During this unintended meditation, I met Gaia in a tall humanoid body. She introduced herself as our mother. She was blue in skin with dark blue and black colored hairs. She felt like a native being. She came, as in appeared, and hugged me. I could feel her arms and hand and fingers holding me, caressing me so gently, and yet she felt so deeply. And I became a 5-year-old again. She is so playful and vibrant even as a grown woman. She said she could appear in many forms, whichever we like and feel most comfortable with. At first I really did not believe I was thinking this to myself, as I was feeling in that reality I was in, that this is not really real. I mean, I guess my mind is just making this up, imagining it. And yet the information which I was receiving was very clear, and more than reasoning, it felt real. I could resonate with it on my spiritual and emotional level. But on intellectual, other thoughts were running. For me, she appeared as a young grown woman. I could feel all the qualities in essence of feminine energy. I could feel her innate motherly love, her feminine strength, her grace, her depth of compassion. All this was sensory experience. It was nothing mental. Then I started to understand that consciousness is experiential. It's not purely mental or emotional. Your communication is feeling-based. All the qualities you see are felt, not told. And when I come back to physical senses, I interpret these feeling to 3D words that match the vibration of those feelings. Now I could understand how you steer yourself in these realities. She playfully, like a child, took me by hand to a huge palm tree, and she placed her soft hands on the bark of the tree. And then she closed her eyes, and in the moment as she smiled with her eyes closed, the whole huge palm tree glowed in goldenish sparkling all throughout. Then she asked me to place mine. At this point, because I was fully focusing on what I was feeling from moment to moment, there was no mental charge or mental experience of reasoning. So I just did what she asked me to. and placed my hands on the huge palm tree, and closed my eyes. I closed my eyes in my visualization, in my inner vision. So my physical eyes are already closed. I saw that my hands are portals to the inner worlds. I could see a form of bluish electric light coursing from the center of my hand, and as it touched the bark of the tree, the light became goldenish in color now, and it passed through the bark, and where I saw there were golden-colored thick strings within the bark already, and they stretched out further up to the branches and leaves. As the light coming from the center of my hand touched the golden strings within the bark of the tree glowed just like it did before. I understood how to communicate with energy fields now. There sure are so many ways, and they all are as just valid and work. This just seems to what I found out, and Mother came herself to demonstrate it, and it really is easy. You just need to trust that you see. You don't even need to think. Just go with it. Go with the feeling. The way we may call it in 3D is just wing it. Really just wing it. Winging it is really the way you will learn things on inner planes. Whatever needs to come will come in your first sight of it. Your part is to just trust that. And that is it. Follow it on from there. This is really not hard, and you don't even need experience in meditation. It's a game of a child's play. Can you imagine how they make up those stories? Children are feeling-based. They don't understand reality mentally. The society teaches and trains them to learn hardcore mentally, and it is where we get disconnected with our innate natural. It's just something so simple that we think it's too simple to be true. And that's the challenge for us to notice. There's a feeling that you want to pee in your lower abdomen. You just go to the toilet and pee. That's it. No questions, no answers. It's simple. You feel hungry, you go to kitchen, make yourself a sandwich. You don't think whether you really want it, or that why am I hungry, and why should I go to the kitchen. You just do. Unless of course you have someone to do that for you. Peel all its doubt that you must learn to unlearn, like the Star Wars Yoda says. Which is true, and is truly not hard to do. If it's something you want, then keep it. If it's something you don't want, then don't. You must be very clear in your wantings. Make it clear to yourself that I want this and I wish to keep it for underscore underscore underscore, and fill in the blank space for yourself. Or that I have had this for so long, and now I am done with it. So I don't wish to keep it with myself for underscore underscore underscore, and then fill that blank space. You must be honest with fill in the blanks in order for them to work on your behalf. Half-hearted wantings won't do. Would you like a half dress for yourself? A half pair of jeans? Or half-roofed house? You program and reprogram yourself from time to time. Your guarantee of its results will depend on how deeply you believe in them. Hey, raise a thing about believing. Believing doesn't need a reasoning because it doesn't exist in the paradigm of reasoning. It is just something you have chosen to experience in the moment. Believing is only exercising what you have chosen for yourself. You are demonstrating what you choose by showing belief in it. It's very simple and perceptive. Play with your reality. As you get up in the morning, say, "Oh, let me see, the cat tripped on itself while playing." Animal lovers don't like the idea. Say, "Oh, let me see a butterfly today." And it may be winters, and you might just see one, and call it luck and push away the matter. Or someone might give you a butterfly bracelet. What you ask for will appear handling or in your reality in some way or the other if you are careful enough to notice it. You can even go further and say, "Let me see the earth dome," or a water or air elemental. Don't just say it for the heck of it. It's not going to work if you don't believe the thing about it or anything else and just want to check if it works. It probably won't, because your adapter is not plugged into the socket. And boy, your socket is so huge. It's a universal socket. You operate on a far more complex yet simple and wide yet narrow level than you believe yourself to think. The video is for those who might, just like me, are learning and putting into real life and might find difficulty just like me on their paths. Thank you for watching. Much love and honor, light and fulfillment in your paths. Take care of your hearts.